Hi, you guys. It's November 1st. I just got off of third shift this morning, slept a little bit, and now I had to get back to it and get you guys a video because it's been a long time. I had some stuff going on, so I was unable to develop some of my ideas that I had written down, but now we're back to it. So today I want to talk about things that might define you, or ways that you might be holding yourself back the way you define yourself. And there's a quote that I really like that I say to myself when I'm in like a tough situation, and that is when something bad happens, you can let it define you, you can let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. And I think that whether we go through periods of time where it's like you're falling off a cliff and something really tragic happens, and you know, it's definitely a defining moment where you can either gain strength or let it take over your life. It might be something like that, or it might be just a bunch of little things that happen that eventually lead you to a place where you're feeling that these things are defining you, but it's not who you really are. So those are the things that I kind of want to talk about today. Oh my God, I'll tell you what defines me: a spider crawling on my arm. But I killed it. It's dead. Okay. So what do you what are some possible things that can define us as women and as humans? But women, we're typically very hard on ourselves. So a couple of the things that I wrote down that I think really we are hard on ourselves about, and we let define us, and thus it takes away some of our happiness, is your job. Another one that I thought we let define us is your income or debt or money in some regard. Money is a very powerful thing, and so this is another thing that you can come to a point where you feel like it's defining your life and you can't like get away from it and be what you want to be. Body image, so issues with weight, issues with like skin issues, issues with just your body image in general, so not being happy with this freckle or this size of this body part or whatever it is. And then, of course, the things you tell yourself, how you define yourself mentally. If you repeatedly say to yourself over and over, I'm just not good with money, no one in my family was, you're creating excuses for yourself, and you're creating this truth for yourself, and you're trapping yourself. And then, of course, what other people think of you, which as women, we definitely have this downfall where we're very worried about what other people think of us, and being perfect, and having a clean house, and having the perfect kids, and having this great job, and juggling all these things, and suddenly we're being defined by something that isn't even us because we're not happy, because we're not taking care of ourselves. So those are some of the things where I think we get stuck. And the only way to get unstuck is to address it, which brings me to my next point. So we've discussed the things that might be defining us. Let's discuss some of the ways that we can rewrite these things that we're, not battling, but we need to learn how to live in harmony with again, because somewhere along the way we've lost the happiness in it all. Just ask Boozy. He finds happiness in everything. So, how will you rewrite it? Identify what it is that you believe is holding you back. Identify what it is that you believe somehow traveled down this road and isn't what it is when you started. Marriages can be this way. Being a parent can be this way. Everything gets frustrating. It piles up. All of a sudden, you're fighting with your spouse all the time. You're not enjoying your job, or you're not enjoying being a parent. These are things that need attention. You need to address them so that you can be happy in your life again. So identify what it is, okay? And then identify what you want it to be. Create a vision, and this needs to be vivid. Whether you're writing goals down on a piece of paper, which I have recently started to do, and it really helps. My husband's always on me about this. Write them down, tape them to the bathroom mirror, read them to yourself every day while you're looking in the mirror. I'm telling you, this works wonders. It's crazy. If you're a very visual person, not only writing them down, but also printing off a picture of maybe the promotion that you want that would make your life better. Like, you know, you want a different position at work, or you want to be debt-free. Break these things down, find pictures, find quotes, make them apparent around yourself so you can get excited about life again, because we get stuck in this rut and we're not excited anymore. So break it down, know what it is, be specific, and then expect obstacles, okay? Life is hard, and you're not going to make a plan and then it's not going to go perfectly and everything's going to be hunky-dory. If that was the case, then we'd all be living happily ever after, debt-free in our dream house with X amount of whatever we want that creates our dream life. It's not true. Expect things to go wrong and then don't be derailed by them. Okay, greet obstacles as growth points and ways to reach out to those around you to help you on your journey, and you should be around people who want to see you be happy and succeed. So meet those negative thoughts and those obstacles with your support system, and also be ready with this. This has helped me a lot. I have created what I call a freight train page, and my freight train page is a list of things that get me really fired up. So something that I really believe in is not discriminating on breeds, and this is a silly thing, but it's something I really believe in. It brings me back to who I am and something that I truly believe in. So your freight train page can be something you believe in, something you really want, something you're going after, something that creates that like fire inside of you. And when something bad happens, or you experience a setback or something, or your negative thoughts, your fleeting thoughts are trying to take over, get your freight train page out, meet this obstacle with this freight train of like positive shit, and don't let life get in your way, and don't let yourself get in your way. Okay, if you're uncomfortable, it also means you're growing. So if you're stepping outside your comfort zone to do something, it's a good thing. Embrace that comfort or embrace that uncomfortable feeling and go for whatever it is that you're doing, and let that be like kind of a high to you. Remember when you're trying to like break rules when you're little, or like whatever it was, and like you're like, oh my gosh, we're sneaking around, and invite that uncomfortable feeling like that. Treat it the same way. So you're uncomfortable, you're out of your comfort zone, you might be shaking, you might be sweating a little bit, something you're doing is totally just not you. Do it. Embrace that feeling and use it as fuel. Okay, and then quit taking yourself so seriously. If something goes wrong, if you have a bad day, if the negative thoughts take over, whatever happens, you need to just go to bed, get some sleep, wake up, have a really good cup of coffee in the morning with a shot of espresso, and get the hell on with your life. Don't let that one setback or that one thing drag you down and derail you from everything that you want, because you're working really hard for these goals, okay? So, first thing, identify what's defining you that you don't believe in anymore, or you're somewhere that you don't want to be. Figure out what that is. Identify it. Create a vision. And be specific about how you're going to attack it. And the third thing is, once you do this and you're taking control, you're going to feel this like zest towards life that you used to have maybe when you were a teenager and you listen to your favorite song in your car when you're 16, windows down, you're so pumped up, and you know, you're going to get that zest again because you're working towards something that you believe in, that you love, something that's going to make you happy, that's going to create just a different outlook in your life again and kind of get that pep back in your step, okay? So taking control is going to bring you that renewed zest. It's going to bring the vibes that you want, and you need to bring those vibes everywhere you go, because good attracts good, okay? And then the fourth thing you'll want to do is revisit your vision on a regular basis, assess what you're doing, assess if it's working, and give yourself that credit where credit is due. Pour that glass of wine, make the frickin' jalapeno poppers, treat yourself, but it needs to be in moderation, but treat yourself. Don't derail yourself from your goals, but don't slip up and not give yourself the things that you need. And one of those things you really need is just time to sit quietly and revisit these things, revisit these thoughts, check out your freight train page, keep yourself motivated, because the only person that's going to change your life is you. And if you're unhappy, every second that you're unhappy is 1 second too long. So take control of what's going on, quit making excuses, identify your things that are defining you, make a goal, create a vision, and go for it, okay? I can't say it enough. Obviously I have done this lately and I'm pretty fired up about it and I can feel the difference. So expect those obstacles and take it and run. One more story before I let you guys go. When Casey, when we were home for Christmas while Casey was in the Navy, no, maybe he was just coming back from deployment. Yeah, he was coming home for good. And something happened with our dog, and we had to get this MRI, and it was really expensive, and we thought he was going to have surgery, and then we were buying our house, and like all these financial things were coming at us, and we were trying to pay off our debt. And I was like, you know, if we could just get our footing, and if we could just do this, and if this wouldn't have happened, I kept saying that, if this wouldn't have happened, if that wouldn't have happened, and my friend Lou, she said, Kendi, that's life. You can't sit around and say, if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here, and if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here, because look at all the good that has happened because of those things. So that's a good story to remember. Don't sit around and say, if this wouldn't have happened, because it did happen, and now you need to deal with it, and you need to grab life by its jaws, as my dad would say, and take charge, and own it, and do what's going to make you happy and what you know is right. So that's my message for today, and I hope to have some more good stuff coming at you guys. Thanks for listening. I hope you're enjoying. Share my videos and like my page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and enjoy this lovely day that is November 1st. Okay, thanks guys. See ya!